Hi everyone, it's time for practice time with Ms. Rhona. My name is Rhona-Mae Arca and I am a registered music teacher in Calgary, Alberta. Hang on, my my headphone cable is kind of moving not quite where I want it to be. There we go. Although the sound seems okay, so I'm going to take off the headphones and I'll be right back. Oh, gives you a good view of the new chair as I'm getting caught on everything. Excellent. There we go. Okay, sound levels look okay. Sound okay. All right, I'm back. So you got a good view of the back of the chair. So yeah, just a quick intro about the series. So this is where I open up my practice room and I work through some of my pieces, some of my students' pieces, and technical requirements. Part of it is, well, definitely to help students and other musicians, and part of it is it's good to just keep us teachers on our toes and practicing as well. Full disclosure, it's been a bad practice week, so this is probably going to be the most in-depth practice that I've had all week. So I have been doing active listening, though, so it's just been pretty busy. But first off, yeah, new chair. So I did record an unboxing and assembly video, so as soon as I figure out how to do time-lapsing in DaVinci Resolve, I'll get that up on my freelancer channel. So, but it's an AK Racing California. The color scheme is Napa, so it's my students call it the grape chair. I got it because it was on several top lists for short people. So, petite people, what they define as 5 feet or under, which is me. So, great news is I can touch the floor. And the back and the neck supports are in the right spots. I do find, though, I mean, it's one height for working at a desk. The piano, this one's a bit higher. So rather than going up and down with the chair, also because the tilt is, you'll see that in the video, the tilt is the one thing that isn't so hot on this chair. So, but putting the active seating disc in at least gets me at pretty much the right height. Although it's kind of hard to see with my big thick hoodie here. But it's at the right height, and active seating is a good thing. It's a lot healthier anyway. So, let's get the show on the road, shall we? Okay, so I haven't done a lot of stretches yet, so maybe I should do some stretches. Okay. And actually, I'm just going to take the hoodie off because it's surprisingly warm. So now, since I'm not wearing the headphones, so I'm not hearing how everything's coming out, if you catch something that's a little off, please drop it in the comments and I'll hopefully catch it in time. Okay, this doesn't want to work. There we go. Okay, this is coming off. Okay, so warming up. I'm gonna do this because my brain needs to perk up. So go back a few weeks and look up brain games. There was a session where I did a few of these brain games and linked to these brain games just to get both the hemispheres ready and raring to go. So this blocking chord voicing drill, something that my students yesterday were playing around with, but just working on, and I'm just going to do a triad. But really working at bringing out one note at a time, so your sense of control. There we go. And then this. So how did I bring out one note at a time? It is a combination. It's physics in a nutshell. It's physics. So I'm dropping down into the thumb note a little heavier and faster than the other notes. So that's how I'm generating the voicing there. And then the middle. So the middle note has to come down heavier and faster. Pinky's the hard one. So for that, I've been really tilting and really utilizing the arm weight. So just a refresher for my students, and for those who haven't seen that, try it next time you work on a piece where you have to bring out the bottom voice or the middle voice. You know, that is a good way, a good warm-up. Okay, so last week I was playing around with my students' Baroque pieces. So I thought today we would do, and anime video game music. So today we're going to zoom in on classical, and I've just zoomed in on three big name composers who had some contact with each other. So be interesting to compare and contrast the similarities and differences between the composers. So that's how I grouped it. And then next week, I guess I'll do my students' other classical composers' pieces. And then on the flip side, we'll go through some Christmas songs, because my students are busy working on Christmas songs. I have to get ready to play at church next Sunday, and then as well the Christmas gauntlet, because we are still doing Christmas services. They are being live streamed, and of course with the current COVID restrictions, the physical capacity for in-person mass has been greatly reduced to, I think, 15% of capacity. But we still need to be there. So. Okay, first up is Haydn. Haydn is in my studio's family tree of teachers. Oh, that's Telemann. That was last week, wasn't it? There it is. So yeah, if we go back, I don't know, 9 or 10 generations of piano teachers and their piano teachers, we get back to Haydn. Actually, I think we can go back to Niefe, who was one of Haydn's principal teachers. So, yay. It's actually kind of cool, because I do enjoy Haydn's pieces. I like his sense of humor. So it's always fun when I quite like it when a student says, yep, I want to do this piece. Okay. So why did this make it on the hit list today? Well, 1, because it's Haydn. 2, oh yes, because voicing is going to be an issue here too. So I'm just going to keep both cameras up. So this is quite a common pattern where you're doing that with your hands. So I mean, some students will do this. Mrs. G had me actually doing that. So what does this do? It helps you bring out the upper note. Because I'm using the power of my arm to drop into what would normally be weak fingers, but drawing upon the strength of the arm. Okay, so I'm just going to run through. Is it? Yeah, it's only a 2-pager. Okay, I'm going to put the overhead up, just to make it easier. Oh, that is so weird that we lose the name of the song. Oh, oops, okay. have to play around with it. The armrests move in multiple directions. That's kind of cool. I'm just trying to get the chair closer. There we go. Okay. I'm still trying to figure out the ideal position when I'm playing the piano with the gaming chair. So. Bear with me. It's been like I said, a busy week, and I don't know about you guys, but I'm finding as we get closer to Christmas, just a lot of fatigue going around. So there's gonna probably be a bit more goofs than usual. I should probably just go slower. So this is a good example of what to do when you have not a lot of brain power or energy. I'm gonna drill that because I'm not feeling like that movement was natural. But I'm gonna grab some Java first. Okay, let's see. Put finger 2 there. Okay, so one thing I didn't bring out is my timer. So remember, I think was it last week or the week before, I talked about the Pomodoro method? And that was because I think, oh gosh, what was the guy's name? Somebody Carillo? Francesco Carillo? That seems to kind of ring a bell. He only had a tomato-shaped kitchen timer. I have a ladybug timer. So I could use my watch. But if you're pressed for time, or you know you don't have a lot of brain power, so you've got to learn to manage your time really effectively, put the countdown timer on. So I think I'm going to just do maybe 5 minutes on this. 2, 4, 6, 2, 4. Okay, we'll go there. It's loud, it's annoying, and it just reminds you to stay focused. So. Yeah, same fingering. My students and I were having this conversation this week too. If it's the same pattern, use the same fingering. Finger 2. I said that before, didn't I? Okay. Okay, I'm going to break it down in even smaller sections. So. Okay, so brain can handle that, fingers can handle that. Going to try it a couple more times to lock it in. So I played a note that belongs to that chord, but just not the right note. Okay. That was a bit rough, so I'll just take it again from bar, I think that was 13. Yeah. So. I'm missing that sequence going down. So we're always striving for consistency over a period of time. So I'm going to try that again. I'm going to go back to the beginning, and then I'll go back to that spot. So again, consistency over time. So I flubbed up that ending, so I'm going to start at bar 21. Okay, so goes the A section, A and the B section, and the A section. It's a bit of a rondo. Okay, ish. Is it? Kind of modified to it's kind of like a Sonata Allegro form too. I might have to look that up to be sure. Usually final movements are Sonata Allegro form, modified Sonata Allegro form, rondo, Sonata rondo. It's probably Sonata rondo. Okay, I'm gonna look at the second page. So we have G minor. Where's that A? So 1, 2, 3, 1. Okay, so it's 1, 1, 2, 3. So my brain is just not processing this, so I'm gonna go even smaller chunk. I don't know. It's been a while since I've looked at it, to be honest. So it's good that we're reviewing it today. It's not together. I want to line them up so badly, but it's like a turn with a little turny mode, sort of. It just seems so jerky and not smooth. It's a surprising contrast, but that's Haydn in a nutshell, to be absolutely honest. Let's try that again. 3, 1, 2, 3. This is cool. So that's a cool section. a bit higher. Oh, that should have been soft, so this could be louder. And then back to soft. Ever notice that composers like to repeat a pattern about 3 times and then move on to something new? Keep that in mind if you do harmony. What's this one? No, there's no E natural there, so it'll be. That sounds hideous. That sounds hideous. It's gotta be. Hang on. Okay, so bar 40. Wait. Starting on the note above. It's gonna be a natural. I'm thinking. I'm just musing over 44, because 44 does not have a natural underneath the little ornament, whereas 27 does. But harmonically, this is the exact same thing. So I would think that might be a typo. Because honestly, listen to this. Doesn't sound right. So I'm just going to make a note of that to check. Okay, how am I doing time-wise? Oh, I think I accidentally put this on 10 minutes instead of... Okay, so I've been practicing this for 6 minutes or so, I think. Okay, moving on. Okay, so now we're going to go over to Haydn's buddy, Mozart. They were actually members of the Freemasons. Yeah, at the same time. So they were, contemporaries. Okay. So my student, my Concan student, oh geez, the book is totally not here. Oh, there it is. Whew. She's doing her flex exam tomorrow. So, I mean, she's got it. I'm just running through it just because I want to pair it up with the rest of the gang. So hopefully you noticed with Haydn, let me just grab my coffee again while I'm chatting. Very moments of playfulness, sudden mood changes, neat dynamic changes. And then when you hear the melody, it's very clear where that melody is. Okay, caffeine. Mozart was all about melody. So even stormy sessions. Okay, so I'm gonna keep reset. Okay, so that's 10, 8. Yeah, I'll go like another 5 minutes. There we go. So I'm just going to run through this. This is actually something I've done at weddings, to be honest. So I love how the armrests are completely out of the way for playing. So I've never ever had that before. Okay, I'm going to switch to the overhead. That probably gives everybody a much better view. Double thirds are such a pain, but they show up all over the place. So you can totally use your arm weight when you're trying to shape crescendos too. Okay. Without having to deal with like dropping into it that way. So I'm going to carry on. So think I'm basically just going to do a run through and just really see if I can bring out that melody as much as possible. Keep it as smooth and cantabile as possible. Hard to be melodious when you're hitting wrong notes. I keep missing that F. That can't be 5 minutes. That can't be. I think my timer's dying. Okay. So I'm just going to play through this one section because I'm hoping my exam student listens to the B section, just for timing and shaping. So. Although I would recommend to my student that she maybe starts everything on a slightly louder level, because doing an online exam definitely will have to exaggerate all that. Okay. So I'm going to contrast that with another Mozart piece. I just have to grab the book. So my other Concan student working on her Mozart. So this is a totally different character of piece. It's a lot faster. Okay, so for those who've just stumbled in a little bit late, welcome to my practice room. This is a session where I've opened up my practice room. I'm working through some of my students' repertoire and some of the things I'm working on as well, and just kind of sharing little practice tips and insights along the way. So hopefully you all get something, new ideas, so to freshen up your practice. Okay, so Sonata in F, crucial. Do I have the crucial number? Oh, no, I didn't change the piece. Haha, there we go. Crucial 332. Yeah. So why does Mozart have Ks instead of opus numbers? Just the name of the guy who cataloged his music. Mr. Kerschel. I forgot his name. His first name. Okay, so yeah, faster piece than the last one that I ran through. But listen to the melody. So that was one thing the classical composers really wanted to bring out. Melody. Okay, I think I will do 10 minutes on this because it's a bigger piece. So there's my 10 minutes. The numbers are getting worn on my little ladybug Pomodoro timer. So. Oh yes, and then for those who just missed that, okay, let's go back here for a sec. So look up Pomodoro method. I'll drop the link below. But using a countdown timer to help keep me focused and managing my time more efficiently. So I'm just going to run through. I think I'll just go through the exposition today. So. Hang on. Okay, so I'll come back to that. Bridge. Oh, come on. Seriously, no. So now, second theme. D minor, I can do it. C minor, come on. Okay, I'm gonna put the overhead on. I just realized that the overhead is not on, so switching views. Okay. And looking at the clock. Okay. It's been a rather odd December in terms of weather. I mean, we all know it's odd because 2020, but yeah. With the weather being quite a bit milder and the air pressure fluctuating, it's kind of wonky. So yeah, if anyone else is noticing that they've got like increased headaches or feeling just off, it's probably the barometric pressure changes in part too. Okay, I'm just checking height. No, that's still good. Okay, I'm gonna review. Okay, so this piece is, or this movement is in typical sonata allegro form. So there's the exposition or an introductory form, introductory section, then the development. That's a really long exposition. And then a recapitulation. So I'll just go through again. So I'm going to break it down again. So first theme in the tonic. Very lyrical, which is, missing the rests. Okay. Perfect cadence. Bridge. End of bridge, theme 2 in D minor, the relative minor. Why? Leading tone. I don't know. I'm missing the leading tone today, which is really weird. And then back into C minor, modulating. A flat major. Oh. Why are we going to A flat? That's a good question. Back to G minor. No, to G minor. G major. Why G major? That's a good question. Because it's the dominant of the dominant. Is that all bridge? No, that's all bridge. That is one big fat long bridge. This is the second theme because it's typically in the dominant. And usually, well, sometimes more lyrical, sometimes more, it's just more something. Yeah, I'm used to students playing much shorter sonatas, so that was a much longer transitionary bridge. Yeah. Theme B starts on bar 41, or theme 2, well, however you want to name that. Can be whatevers. So. Cross rhythm. I love this part. I think I say that every time, don't I? Oops. Stupid picture. Oh, could it? Yeah, no, I think I did that right. So cutesy. codetta, I should say. Two wiggles and then finish it. That's my 10 minutes. Yeah, I'm gonna have to drill that. Oh, that codetta is kind of interesting. Okay, I'm just going to take a quick look here at what the Concan edition has for the end. Oh, it just says trill. It doesn't say how long you trill for. But the Associated Board of Music has it pretty darn clear. So I'll be 1, 2, 3. Okay. All right. That one is going to take a little bit more work. That's fine. That is fine. Totally fine. Okay. So moving on. Okay. So switching gears to Beethoven, also in my studio's family tree of teachers. I think for many of my colleagues, which is cool. So what is the connection that Beethoven has with these two guys? Well, for those who've studied music history, you know that Beethoven did study for a brief time with Haydn. And as Mozart was, well, as Beethoven was on the rise, Mozart said, keep an eye on this guy. So he's going to go places. So they knew of each other. They were in the same circles, at least. And Mozart did hear him play, if memory serves correct. Okay, so yeah, this is a totally different setup from a sonata. It's but not totally different. I mean, it's clearly a rondo because this theme comes back a lot. And you will hear that the melody is just, it's all encompassing. I am just going to zoom in on treble spots. So the typical treble spots that every student goes through. So I did remember to switch that. Good. Okay, switching to the overhead. So treble spot 1 that mostly everybody has is crazy 30 seconds. So starting at bar 29. So you can see that motion from when I was practicing. What was the first piece of the day? It was the Haydn. So same motion, right? So definitely a classical thing. I'm not counting very well. Okay. Oh, and I forgot to put the timer on. So I probably have been doing that for a couple minutes. I'm probably just going to do 10. That's 10, 8, 6. All right, let's do 4 because I've already done a minute. Okay, I'm going to start at bar 33. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2. Okay, so that one my student and I were playing around with different fingering because she's got one type or set of fingering written in the current version of edition of the Royal Conservatory books, and I had a different set of fingering in my old edition. Okay, problem spot 2. Problem spot 2 is that spot. So that is what, bar 59. Oh. That page turns in a weird spot. See, I'd want to go soft. It actually has loud there. Yeah. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Ah! Okay. Yeah, I make a point of counting there because I have, well, when I first learned it, I had a bad habit of just doing a random number every single time. Okay. Yay, that is still memorized. Okay. So the big point that I want to highlight to my student, just to remind her, is do the finger switching. So method 1 versus method 2, just to help keep that tone even. Okay, so that was Beethoven 1. Beethoven 2. Oh, shoot. See, sometimes this is really an interesting blip, I'd say, of StreamYard. Is that when I switch cameras, sometimes I will have the banner and sometimes I will lose the banner. Okay, so next Beethoven is that Beethoven. Okay, I'm just going to do a quick sound check and just stretch. Stretching's good. Stretching is always a good thing to do. Okay, so I can hear myself and I can hear the piano. That's all good. I'm taking off the headphones. Okay, so my student is working on this piece. So also in Sonata Allegro form, it's an early Beethoven sonata. So he was still, at that point, following the strict forms of the day. Listen to any of his later works and you'll see where he kind of starts twisting and bending things, like doing 2 movements instead of 3, changing the order, doing unusual key changes. Okay, so my student has started working on the recap. So I'm just going to review the recap. So, but maybe I'll start at the dominant preparation. Nope, I'll just start at the recap. And also because it is a more challenging piece, to give this its due diligence, I'm going to do 10 minutes. Something's off there, but I'll come back to it. What key am I in? Tonic. down to 7, G7. B major. Something's off, hang on. A natural, yeah, yeah, against an E sharp, yeah. No, G sharp would be nice. There we go. No. No. Trying to get the fingering. Nope. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Finger though. Dominant seventh. remember to get off there. Apparently I had memory issues one performance, one music festival. Hideous, but what did I do there? Okay, because I can barely reach that in my left hand. I think that's all I did when I first learned this. So the only way, it's like I'm barely touching these, but that's fine. It's a decrescendo from piano to pianissimo. But I'm centering my weight on my third finger to get through that. So, yeah, so that pretty much concludes the classical exploration and review that I wanted to do today. But I will do a quick look at some of these Christmas songs. So I've got a few students working on some lovely, lovely, lovely pieces from, I'll drop the link down below. There's musicformusicteachers.com and pianosongdownload.com. But some of my students have been getting some beginner, early and elementary arrangements of Christmas songs from here. So shout out to those teachers. Thank you. Okay, so I have a student who's working on We Wish You Merry Christmas. It's quite pretty. His big challenge is the pedal. So I'm going to put on both cameras, but I'm going to switch to the pedal cam. Maybe. There we go. Pedal cam just woke up. It's sluggish too. Oh, that reminds me. Caffeine. So harmonic rhythm is generally, it looks like it's one chord per bar. So chord changes at the beginning of each bar. So. Oh, I am thinking flats. Why? I don't know why. Different chords, so change. What a beautiful arrangement. Wow. I'm sight reading, by the way. because it is a perfect cadence. Okay, cool. That's quite pretty. So hopefully that gives my student a bit of insight. Oh, see, again, I lost the banner. Sometimes it's there and sometimes it just disappears when I change the view. Okay, so this is more for my student who's working through Silent Night. I'm just trying to remember the issues that came up. I can't remember what they were. Monday was so long ago. I think mainly it was just keeping it very sweet and light. I think that was probably the case with that. Okay, so I think I'm going to call up the other camera. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Okay. I'm just trying to remember. I did have a to-do list of student Christmas songs that I wanted to look at. Oh, Deck the Hall. Oh, Blue Christmas. Oh, yeah. And Grandma got run over by a reindeer. Okay, so let's do Grandma and Blue Christmas. Okay. So I don't think my student needs the pedal cam on this. So I'll switch back. Wow, that needed a moment. The computer needs a nap. Okay, so I said Blue Christmas and Grandma got run over by a reindeer. Let's do Blue Christmas first. So for teachers who teach Conservatory Canada, or who are considering, if you join the E-Sharp Club, and I'll put the link down below, you get tons of resources. Like Brian Usher, who was my examiner when I did my contemporary idioms exam, he's done some lovely arrangements and level specific. So I've got a student working through this, just trying to get it done for Christmas. So I said I would kind of do a quick run through just so she can get the lay of the land, because it's got triplets. So I think what I'll do is I'll put just the overhead up. So if I can find my cursor, that's what I was trying to say. Oh my goodness. Okay, I need chocolates. Okay, so. This is quite pretty, Brian. Awesome. I think I added an extra, but that'd be natural. Yeah, I guess it works. I like that walking bass. And if it's not obvious now, I'm sight reading. B flat. That's quite nice. That is quite nice. Okay, so last one up is, I'm just trying to keep an eye on the time because I am doing a makeup lesson. Bonus harmony lesson. Okay, Grandma got run over by a reindeer. Where are you? Grandma got run over by a reindeer. Where's my Christmas fake book? Okay, I have the 5th edition. I think my students got the 6th or the 7th. I don't know where they're at, but used to be when I first started playing at corporate Christmas parties that I would bring like a school bag full of books. But now, well, not that there's any Christmas parties that I can play at right now, but just have to bring this. Okay, so this is my student who's waiting for surgery on her arm, so I'm going to go through this as if my left arm is not functioning. So what she's working on is just getting the chords nailed down. So E major, A, back to E, and then B, E, D, A. Okay, so maybe, wait. E to D to A. Could do it that way. Okay. Okay, so she's got to do the chord, the comping, and the melody all in her right. So. Okay, I suspect that's going to trip her up as well, so hang on. One, two, three, four. Okay, wait. Da, 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 da. Wait. We'll have to change the comping pattern there. Nope. And then at that point, she'll go back and do the chorus and then the coda. Yeah, she and I, well, she's going to work on the chorus mainly, but we're going to have to figure out the comping pattern for the verse. something like that. I don't know. She and I'll have to kind of futz around with that, I think. Okay, so the last one I think I'll do this one. Gonna kill two birds with one stone. So a student is working on this song for Christmas, but it's a likely suspect for one that I'm going to be playing at church. So oh, actually that one's also a likely suspect for church too. So so many likely suspects. Oh yeah. She's doing Angels We Have Heard on High. Okay, so I think I'm going to keep the overhead camera up. Okay, so yeah, this is combination student Christmas song and something that I will be playing anyway at church. So I'm going to run through the intro, which is nicely marked in Journey Songs by a bracket. So, what am I doing? F. Yeah. See, this is what's written. It's an SITB. Awkward, hey? That's just, yeah. I'm gonna go. I had a plan there, but I'm not listening to the plan that I are following up. What I wanted to do. So yeah, tip to my student here, actually. You can totally play around with that. So what I was doing is just walking down to the next chord and then walking up to the next one. So that's known as a walking bass. Okay, so I don't know what I'm going to do with this. Maybe no. Okay. So yeah, that pretty much covers what I wanted to take care of. I think my other student who's working on... Oh, let's take this down now that I'm not pianoing. Yeah, my student who's working on Deck the Hall, the lead sheet, she's coming along with it. So, yeah, but hope you found the exploration of looking at the classical pieces just kind of grouped together by, composers who actually interacted or knew of each other, worked with each other. well, in the case of Beethoven and Haydn, and then Mozart and Haydn interacting. So, and just hearing how the composer styles were kind of similar and how they're different. The Christmas songs, yeah, that was just more really just to get a sense of what arrangements my students picked, but also to give them a few ideas of how they can play around with the pieces. So that's it till next time. Stay safe out there. Keep well. Rest lots. It's been a draining few months, especially a draining month. So yeah, rest lots. I'm going to get food before I teach. Otherwise, the lesson might not go as well as it should. So yeah, I better get some snacks. So till next week, have a good weekend, and catch you next time. Thanks for watching. Do check out the other videos on the channel. Hit the like button, the subscribe button, the notification bell up there to find out when there's new content. There's a few more pieces, I think, scheduled, and some technique. And that's about it for the month. But yep, check it out if you have any ideas, content ideas, especially the practice session. I'm always looking for ways to keep that fresh. So different topics, people I can talk to. Be nice to have some guests on. So in the new year. Yeah. Okay. Have a good weekend.